Hello everyone and welcome back. Sorry for the long hiatus. This will be part 2 of my rose growing experiment from seed. Sorry, it's been a while since I planned to make this video. I wanted to do it in January, but here it is, almost March. But I started school up about a month ago and I've been pretty busy with all my schoolwork and all my studies, so sorry about that. But anyways, let's go ahead and get started. So we have our potting soil mix. This is basically like a miracle grow, not the moisture holding, because that one will actually flood all your plants. I hate that soil. So what I do is I just use this regular, I think it's like either a Miracle Grow or it's some kind of cheap soil I bought from Home Depot, and some perlite. Now I bought the perlite also at Home Depot for like $4, and basically I put like 3 parts of perlite in here per 1 part soil, so a 3-to-1 ratio in there. I have a spoon. You don't need it. I'm just going to be putting it in here to make it look a little more classy. A rubber band, a cup with holes at the bottom. I put those in there. If you just have a regular plastic cup that you want to try, what I do is I take like a little, well, I have like these old like silverware, like old silverware set that I never use anymore, and I just stab. Like I get it really hot on a stove, and I just burn through this, and I like melt it. Do not breathe any of these toxins in when you're melting this plastic. I'd recommend just getting a normal pot, so then you won't have to do this. So make sure you just get a normal pot. I'm using a cup, but for safety reasons, just get a clear pot, or just any kind of pot would do. I have my rose seeds with the date on the back, if we can see that there. Right there. So that's when I put them in the fridge. I have a spray bottle here, and a piece of plastic that I just cut into a square to fit over the cup. And that is going to help us in creating a nice humid environment in that cup. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and take our cup and use our spoon, or use your hands, whichever works. And we're just going to start filling in the cup about 3/4 of the way. And you want to get lots of perlite in here too. Alright. So one thing I noticed online when looking through a lot of like how-to tutorials on how to grow roses from seed, a lot of people had like blogs and stuff about roses, and I thought that was pretty neat. But what interested me most is that a lot of them just put them in the fridge and then they put them outside for them to just start germinating. I thought that was interesting because like I never really have that much luck with roses. I usually fail at them, so anyways, I guess we'll see how it works now. Alright, so we have that filled almost to where we want. We wanted about 3/4, so about there, I would say. That looks pretty good, because we don't want to cover up our roses all the way. So, I mean, the rose seeds will start to rot if you put them too low. And you want them maybe about, I'd say, 1/4 of an inch to 1/2 inch down into the soil, but even that may be too much. Okay, so I'm going to take our seeds, and I have one right here, for you to see that. Now, this one looks white still, so what I'm going to do is, for each one of your seeds, just go ahead and scrape a little bit. Scrape some of the skin off after it being in the fridge. Just start scraping them, like this. And this will help the water start penetrating the seed, and then the root should start developing. Okay, that looks pretty good. Set that down. Let me go ahead and move my camera down so you can see this a little better. Okay, there we go. I'm going to take my other seed. And this one looks pretty dark, so I'm just going to start scraping this one as well. And you can see it is getting lighter, so that's what we want. This isn't really necessary. A lot of people just plop theirs straight in the ground, but I like to make sure that the water can actually hit it. So that's why I'm doing it. Alright, that looks pretty good. Now what you want to do is you want to go ahead and equalize your soil. As you can see, I made a little mess down there. Gardening. All well. And we're going to take our seeds now, both of them, and we're just going to lay it straight down into the soil like that. Just plop it down, and I'm just going to even them out a little bit, just like that. And what you want to do is, you do not want to bury them and suffocate them completely. I'm just going to take like 1 spoonful and plop it over the top like that, and then maybe a half. just to make sure that they're covered, but I do not want to bury them completely. Okay, that looks pretty good. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to flatten it and push down. Just like that. That looks pretty good there. Okay, now what you would do, I'm gonna actually just show you how to do it, but what you first want to do is, I'm not gonna do it yet. I'm not gonna do it in this video, but you want to water thoroughly. You want to get it, the entire surface area of this soil wet. You want to make sure that it goes from this light grayish black color to a dark black. That way you know it's all the way saturated with water. And so after you're done with that, so looking ahead, we're just going to take our plastic sheet like this. And so that's how you want to lay it. And you want to, when you're measuring out, that's what you want to do. You want to make sure it fits the cup like that, and a rubber band will fit over it. So like that, so that would work. So we're good there. And then what you would do is, you would take your little sprayer, and make sure it's not on the jet side. Let me go ahead and do it. All right, that looks good. And you just want to spray it down like this, the sides, evenly. And then you want to spray your plastic down. Let me move my cup to show you. You just want to spray it. Just like that. Make sure it's very wet. And then we're going to place right on top of our cup, like so. And then put a rubber band on. That's kind of tricky. Especially on video, because usually I have trouble with this. Oh, but it actually worked out. Good. Okay, there we go. So this is actually the entire setup in itself. It's like setting up a miniature greenhouse. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put it under my heat lamp, my little grow light, and I'm going to try growing it. You could just place it outside, but make sure it's in a medium lighted area, because you don't want it to get super hot. And you also want it to get a little bit of sun too. We don't want it to freeze, because if there's no sunlight, it won't germinate. I've seen in other videos as well that roses actually require sunlight to grow. They like it, but they don't want too much of it. So just make sure to do that. So like I said, medium lighted area. Make sure it gets plenty of light, but not so much. Maybe like morning light, but not afternoon light, because it'll be too hot by then. And also, just make sure that it's nice and moist at all times. If it starts getting dry, go ahead and just spray it again. You can buy one of these spray bottles at Home Depot for like $2, I think, or $3, and that's pretty good. So it's pretty cheap, and it doesn't cost too much. And you can basically take like a bunch of these cups and just start germinating your own rose seeds, and they should work for you. Just make sure to do what I said. So make sure it's nice and moist, medium to kind of bright area, not too hot, and you should be fine. So thank you very much for watching, guys. I hope you liked the video. If you have any comments or questions, please leave them down below, and I'll be sure to get back to you. Also, don't forget to check out my other sites, including Facebook, Tumblr, Twitter, and Instagram. You can friend me on Facebook, and I will accept it. And I will also be sending out some more video updates soon of the rose, hopefully. Hopefully they start taking. I will give updates on that probably within a month or so, maybe less if they start germinating. I will definitely let you all know. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed my little video. Don't forget to subscribe, and of course, happy growing.